good, but how will
Right,
that
but-
roster? Yeah.
Stroder, the man of many characters, has a whole lot of them in the pocket, but throughout most of today, I have been seeing this same roster, the Roy, the Luigi, the Mario, coming out against, actually pretty interestingly, Chag, Inkling, Palu, Dark Pit. Earlier I was seeing Wolf in place of that Dark Pit.
Yeah, they've both been very good for him so far, but the Dark Pit has been such a good surprise factor for him, I think.
Right.
And especially for a couple of niche matchups, it's done really well. And I think against the Mario Brothers, maybe it will be exactly what he needs. But right now the focus is Inkling against the Roy. How is he going to match up here? Because, I mean, it's...
Whoa, not very well.
No.
Not very well. Immediately caught by that F-tilt. Chag losing the first stock, only having done 41% to Stroder. Stroder has so much more mileage left on this Roy, not even to mention the two Mario Brothers. And oh my goodness, what was that?
That was Stroder looking to make a statement in Game 1, and I can't blame him because we've seen how important that information game is in Game 1, right? The quicker you can dispatch of your opponent, the better off you're going to be later in the set as well. But Stroder not able to do so just yet. And I say that, but the Roy is still extremely, extremely good. Even against Chag's main, the Palutena so far hasn't been able to dispatch of him just yet.
Throwing out that side B, but still getting punished for it. A great, okay, there you go. I was gonna say really great from Stroder playing around those explosive flames and even getting the punish off of them, but finally gets caught by the last one. Chag manages to take the stock off, but that Roy did so much work. A full stock and 118% before the Luigi even made his appearance. This is sure going to be tough for Chag in game number 1.
But you can see that Chag has definitely got a lot of this matchup figured out, right? Palutena has a lot of very safe aerials that she can swing with. The forward air and the back air, chief of which are what he's going to be using that can really zone out of where Luigi can punish you. And look at how tough it is. Stroder has not really been able to get his hands on him too often. That's the first time.
77% Chag. Well, doing what you should be doing in Squad Strike when your main comes out. Oh my goodness! Tries for the landing there, and Stroder says, okay, check out my noggin.
Yeah, check out the noggin and check out the brain on him too. I mean, that's just knowledge, knowing that Palutena can really, really struggle to open people up on the ground. Where she strives is with those aerials and that up smash, one of the best anti-air kill moves that you'll find in the game. Love this subtle movement there from Stroder too, fast falling just to avoid those arrows at perfect times.
And look at Stroder's movement off stage in general. He's doing such a good job. Oh no. Oh no, Chag. Oh no, Chag.
Oh my goodness.
You got grabbed at 0.
What a mistake you've made to ever get grabbed by Luigi at 0. Because now he doesn't have to think about what combo he has to do. He's practiced that.
It's practically automatic.
That is so crazy. I mean, it's just the crowd even. The crowd goes, oh, like you can hear something happen because you know that the moment that Luigi grabs somebody, the stock could be over.
And indeed, the stock is going to be over in that situation. Manages to carry it to its completion, gets the 0 to death, and you know, there should come a point where like you execute the 0 to death in training mode 100 times in a row, and then you just get like a free button that does it automatically. Like you proved that you can do it. You don't need to do it, and it just happens.
Muscle memory is a hell of a drug, and it has shown to be a game winner for Stroder in game 1, and we'll see if he can carry that into the next game where, yeah, you know, the Roy did really well at the start. The Luigi was the closer. Now he's going to be starting with the Mario, which was a little bit the weaker character of the 3 in that game 1. So I think definitely leading off with him because he's been taking the battlefield, right? Great stage for Mario.
It's the same concept as when you take Stroder to Yoshi's. You'll always see that Mario come out. The interesting thing that I'm wondering about is why we haven't seen any Greninja so far from him throughout this Squad Strike bracket. But I mean, has been making it work anyway. You know?
Greninja's definitely like a classic Stroder character, but he's so proficient with the rest of the roster. Definitely got caught just going as fast as he could into the rhythm. Chag did have the frames to air dodge, but that doesn't mean that the combo's over just yet.
Yeah, Stroder even looking for that 2-frame F smash to beat Chag on his way back to stage with the Electro Shock. And this should be the stock here. And indeed, it will be with the Star KO.
That wasn't even the DI that was probably the best, because he literally just went straight up.
Now comes the Wolf. Chag swapping it out for the Inkling. And yeah, that Inkling did kind of get absolutely dismantled by Stroder at the start of the last game, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and the Wolf is obviously a very reliable character. Does have a hard time matching up against Mario sometimes, right? Wolf really likes to be able to outspace people with great aerial drift. You can see that Mario is dominant in the air as well, though. So you have to try and play a grounded game. In this case, works out great. Catches that dash up from Stroder and evens up the stocks. And 67 with Wolf, that's literally one combo.
One combo. But he has to get in.
Yeah.
And that's the hard thing, especially against Stroder's Roy. So much pressure put on at all times. Chag can't find an opening. Tries to get back on stage with the Wolf Flash, but Stroder just immediately respaces it. And the landing side B, that double-edged dance, takes out the stock.
Yeah, if you can't react, it's such a catch-22 in that situation, because if you just sit there holding your shield, hoping that the bad man will go away and continue to swing his sword, he will stop and then he will forward smash you, and then you are dead for sure.
And look at this aerial combo from Stroder. Chag has barely been able to touch down on the ground. Carried side to side, coast to coast.
Yeah, Battlefield definitely not looking like the counterpick play right now, because even though Palu can do really well on Battlefield, it has been all Roy and Mario so far. Like, yeah, it'll get you away from the Luigi, but it's pretty good for Stroder too, you know?
It's very good for
Stroder. It's very, very good for Stroder.
Good for Stroder. Yeah. I think the only worst stage that Chag could take him to is Yoshi's.
Yeah. Well, and it's especially so bad for him in that situation, because Stroder's Mario was the one character that was weaker than all the others, right? And you don't want to give him that quick buff by taking him to Battlefield.
Well,
and
Inkling comes back.
Yeah, even though the Wolf I felt like did really well.
I feel like the Wolf did the most out of any of the three characters, but that's honestly not saying a ton. Chag was struggling throughout the entirety of that Battlefield game. Stroder was pretty dominant throughout it. Now up 2-0, looking to close out the set. Leading with the Luigi, Chag needs to be extremely careful.
And honestly, I think that Stroder was looking at that as a call out that the Palu was going to lead, right? That Chag wants to be able to play with the lead, establish a start with the Palu, and now Luigi just gets to cover the ground. Palutena has to open him up with aerials, and if Stroder can cover that, he's golden. And so far, he has been.
Yeah, he's been absolutely golden throughout the first start of this set, and that should be the stock. No, great DI down and away from Chag to escape the Cyclone. Stroder, though, trying to get back up on stage using the green missile, gets past, and he is going to be able to touch back down on the ground. Gets the Cyclone out. Chag not going to kick it just yet.
We are in Texas. We have confirmation of a tornado on the ground, and it is a Luigi Cyclone.
That's the worst kind.
Not a Luigi, it's an EF Luigi. Save me.
Please, no. Chag going to be able to connect with that back air, though, pushing Stroder back off stage, and at least has found some footing. It's not been nearly as dire as it was in the past two games, and that is going to be the stock, actually. A fantastic use of the landing nair.
Yeah, great recognition, just knowing that all he needs is one hit. Even if he finishes the combo somehow, he will still be fine. And now, big damage just trying to push the Mario off stage and don't give Stroder a chance to play around these platforms.
Oh, great catch on the grab by Stroder, though. Chag maybe tried to mix him up a little bit by going past ledge. Tries to catch him off guard, and you can't get Stroder off guard like that. He's immediately ready for it, immediately gets the grab and the kill. Now the Inkling coming out. We'll see if Chag can maybe do a little bit more this time than, well, getting 0 to death.
Yeah, that was definitely a struggle, but definitely didn't show, right, that, you know, was that the Inkling's fault? I don't really know, but against the Mario, he's definitely going to be able to utilize that great movement speed, especially on the ground, right? Mario can sometimes have a really difficult time closing in, but again, if you let Stroder play on the platforms, it is always going to be over in an instant.
Instantaneously evaporated was Chag there, not even able to really get anything going, and double reflected arrows getting 18%, now going to be even higher. Good job getting off that platform with the swiftness, Chag, because if you stayed on there much longer, Stroder was going to take you for a ride.
Speaking
of, he very well might do it anyway.
Oh, he's just going to keep going until it's over!
No way! Doesn't even need the platform, just says, oh, You exist? Not anymore.
I thought you had a stock, but then I realized no, you didn't.
I thought you had a stock, but then I realized I had an up air.
Playing the Mario with Stroder is literally just like that I eated a soap tweet. It's like, if you had a stock, you didn't. Yes, you did. No, you didn't.
No, you did.
It's insane that the moment that you get touched by Stroder anywhere near a platform, Mario just demolishes you. And in Squad Strike, there's nothing you can do about that, because if you try to go to a flat stage, you have to fight against Luigi with no platforms, nowhere to run.
It's so tough to combat Stroder's lineup. And I've said it in singles, too. Like, Stroder has a uniquely strong lineup in terms of catching stage counterpicks. But in Squad Strike, it's even worse because you can't even counterpick in the first place.
Out of the fire and into the fire, no frying pan in sight.
Out of the fire and into the hotter fire.
Yes. One burner's on 6, the other burner is on 8. There's just nowhere to go against Stroder. He's so good.
In singles, if you try and counterpick Stroder to a tall stage, like with short side blasters like Town, he goes Greninja. If you try and counterpick Stroder to a short stage with long side blasters, he goes Mario. And there's just no escaping it.
Yeah, I mean, even you can see like, okay, but Kalos, right? Then I have big blast zones. I have a platform to camp out Luigi, right? Then I don't have to suffer. And then there's a Roy, so, you know, there's nowhere to go. And also Greninja's very good on Kalos.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
so,
just...
It is going to be Stroder Ame moving on to winners finals to face off against Aaron. But that'll be later. We've got one more